What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Game Podcast. I am Matt Primo, joined by Christian Valencia.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back. I was actually just talking to Christian in our little pre-show segment that is exclusive to Patreon supporters. That it has been a while since me and him have recorded really anything together. It's been 2 months since we've been on the podcast together. Um, for many different reasons. I'm not going to get into it on this episode right now, but I texted you a couple days ago or something like that. And I was like, "Hey, bro, you want to record on Tuesday?" I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk
Yes.
about, but we just need to fucking do something, okay?
Right.
This is episode 133. So on this episode, we're gonna be recapping our playlist over like the last couple months since really I hadn't even talked to Christian much over the last 2 months either. So this is gonna be all brand new information to me as well. So we're recapping what we've been watching, playing, listening, and then the bulk of the episode, hopefully, will be the the state of comic book movies. What is going on with comic book movies? Why do they suck? Are they going to continue to suck? We're going to dive into that for just a little bit. But if you are new here, I say every single week. We've been gone for a few weeks, but typically every week we come on here and we talk about nerdy shit, comic books, games, movies, TV shows, anime, anything in the nerd culture we talk about on this podcast. Over the last few weeks, uh, you haven't got a traditional two-game episode, but you have gotten deep dives into the BioShock trilogy. Go check those out. We would greatly appreciate it. Some feedback on that. A lot of things that Chris and I have learned through this deep dive that we are not necessarily ever going to do again, and that is, well, doing a trilogy of games back to back to back. Bad idea. And then we also learned that we're not going to do, short ass games like this because it just doesn't do well for a deep dive series, in my opinion. But the trilogy is finished off. By the time you watch this episode, the trilogy is done. But we are starting another trilogy, and this is the deep dive into the Lord of the Rings OG trilogy extended edition. Um, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be Nick Ziegler and Creston Johnson, all huge Lord of the Ring fans on this 3 episodes, and we dive into them an hour and a half long each episode, with the final episode being almost 2 hours long. So we dive into it. We kind of um we recap and review the entire story, but we also throw in some content from the books to kind of explain some of the lore as well. So super interesting, super good deep dives into those trilogies, to that trilogy, excuse me. Then we are going to continue with it with the Hobbit trilogy and then the Rings of Power. We're going to cap off our Lord of the Rings deep dive series. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that. Greatly appreciate it if you shared it on social media, talk to your friends about it, like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. We would greatly appreciate it. But that's enough of the housekeeping. It's time to jump in to what we came here to talk about, sir.
Candy bars?
I like chocolate.
In your mouth, yes.
I was gonna say something, but whatever, whatever.
I know what you were going to say, sir. I know your body.
So it's been a while since we have done a playlist of sorts. Okay, now my playing part of the playlist is not going to be long at all. Actually, if I had to put a time frame on the amount of time that I have put into games over the past 2.5 months, I would say probably an hour and a half.
I love it.
Disgustingly low. Disgustingly low. But just sometimes you're just not really into playing games, and that's kind of been the mood that I've been in. Okay. So my playlist for games is not going to be very long. But watching and listening though, I got y'all there. What
Yeah, I'm glad you got me there.
what have you been watching, sir?
Oh, so I started rewatching Doctor Stone because the season finale, I'm sorry, it's ending next season. So season three will be finished. So I'm trying to catch up. So when that starts to drop, I'll be caught up. Um, that's the one where they all turn to stone and they eventually wake up about 3,500 years later, and he starts from the Stone Age and advances. So it's pretty interesting. So Kingdom of Ruin, we talked about that before. Season one finished pretty fun good. Eminence of the Shadow finished, and that's season two, by the way. That's finished. What, last week? I think it was. Um, Amazing. The movie got announced.
It's on my fucking watch list, man.
I'm
Like
telling you, you need to
like
watch it.
I need to carve out time. It's like every time I get a second to fucking do anything, it's like, oh wait, I gotta work on fucking editing for this fucking video. I gotta do all this, and it's just when I have time, I have no time.
That's fair, but it's fucking amazing. They announced the movie for January, I think it is, or February. Is
Hmm.
when they're going to announce when it's expected. It's supposed to
Did
be
you
2
see
hours long.
they announced a new another movie for Demon Slayer, and it's fucking pissing me off. It's pissing me off. Like these
Yeah,
movies are bullshit.
yeah. The last one was decent, except for the beginning part. Or was it? No, that was season. That was the season that recapped the whole fucking movie. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the issue with Demon Slayer is they're doing like the whole like what is it the Battle of the Gods and Return of Frieza, whatever the fuck those movies were with Dragon Ball Super,
Yeah.
where it's this is new material, but we're gonna bring it into the show and use that material. It's like, nah, man, go like the Broly route where it is brand new fucking shit. Like do a side story, kind of like My Hero Academia. Do side
Oh
shit.
yeah. Hmm.
I'm sure there has to be a demon out there, a demon store that you can fucking make up and just go slaughter some demons for fucking an hour and a half. It doesn't have to be 2 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah. Don't do like the Goblin Slayer either.
Yeah,
The
where
whole hour
it's just a
recap.
recap of the season, not or just it's the first two episodes. No,
Yeah.
fuck that, man, fuck that.
No. No, supposedly the Eminence in the Shadow movie is supposed to be the whole Japanese or Japan arc. Um, which is kind of disappointing because I could believe they would do a lot of can do a lot with that arc, but 2 hours they have to fit a lot in there, giggity,
Shout out
as
to
they
that.
say. But yeah, I'm excited about it because the way it opened on the season finale of the season two, mm, so good.
Joe, two
Um,
hours for an anime movie is rather long. It's a little
I
long.
agree, but I mean, look what they do in 12 episodes. Can you do that in two hours?
How long was the Sword Art Online movie?
An hour, almost 2 hours.
Ordinal scale.
I think it was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Nah.
Sorry, it was just that good.
It's right under 2 hours. Ordinal scale. Right under 2 hours.
That was close.
But like the Studio Ghibli movies, those are all like a little over 2 hours, and it's like, man, like I feel like the pacing could be better if y'all just I don't know did like 145 maybe, cut off like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But still, from what the whole seasons of Eminence of Shadow is, and what kind of fill-ins they have, 2 hours doesn't seem like enough. It really doesn't.
Yeah,
If
I don't
you
know.
watch it, you understand.
It it seems like two different mediums though, because a TV show is completely different than the pacing for a movie.
I mean, I agree with you, but I just feel like they have a lot in Japan art. I don't know. Whatever. That's just my opinion. And right. So suck it.
Like, what do you want me to suck?
So you already know.
Good news is it won't take me long.
It will not. Oh, then Solo Leveling comes out next month. Oh, so excited.
Yes,
I
yes.
watched the new English trailer. Oh God, yes. It's gonna be fantastic. 2 episodes right off the bat.
Is it going to be dubbed as well right off the gate?
I'm hoping, and I don't care if it isn't. I will watch it twice.
I'll watch it twice.
You think I'm
I want to
lying?
say
I
it's
did the
like
Demon
December
Slayer.
20. It's like January 24th or some shit like that. It's coming out. It's like the end of January, isn't
Yes, happy birthday to me.
it? Yay!
I'm gonna destroy myself watching it.
Can I watch?
Ah, sorry. I will video it for you. It'll be very short and brief.
Dude, it's so zoomed in. It's like pixelated now. I can't really see anything.
It's pixelated now. Yes, yes, it is. Oh, but yeah, this just been watching and rewatching things. Um, waiting to have Shield Hero finish because that's not dubbed. Um, I'm waiting for Goblin Slayer to finish and dubbed. I haven't even started that one yet. And the Jobless Reincarnation, that one finished and dubbed, and that was really good. Can't wait for season 3. I want to watch Spy versus Spy or something like that, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't remember. So much interest I have in it right now. To be honest, I hear it's good. I just haven't watched it. Um, other than that, I haven't really watched anything else.
All right, guys. Well, buckle up because I've
Ready?
watched a lot. I did finish season 2 of Loki. Did you watch that?
No.
It was actually decent. It was actually pretty good. I'm gonna sit here and tell you that Loki at the end of season 2, Loki is probably my second favorite character in the MCU.
He's enjoyable. I like
He
him.
so fucking good. Now, I think I preferred it's a different tone for his character in season 2 versus season 1, but so I kind of prefer season 1's character. I
That's
like the
fair.
wittiness and the comedy from Tom Hiddleston more so than kind of like the serious nature that he is in season 2. But the character development side of it is fucking fantastic.
A lot.
So yeah, season 2 is really good. Honestly, and we'll kind of talk about this some more in a few minutes. That's really the only Marvel series that I've watched on Disney Plus. I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special finally. I think it came out last year for Christmas, and I never got around to watching it. So finally decided to sit here and watch it for about 45 minutes, and it was pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, it had some good humor. It mainly focused on Drax and what the fuck is her name? The chick with the fucking antennas. What the fuck?
Mantis.
Mantis. Yes, I was like, it's some kind of bug name. I know that.
Got a bug name.
Uh, but yeah, the holiday special is pretty good. I would actually recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. Lord of the Rings trilogy. I finished watching all three of those movies. Fucking fantastic, fantastic. Okay,
They always are.
absolutely loved the deep dive series that we went in because now all the questions that I've had for basically my entire life, I've had a little bit answered from Creston and Nick with their knowledge of the books and whatnot, and then diving into the lore. So that was a fantastic way to watch the extended editions for sure. So I would recommend y'all to watch it, watch the movie, and then watch our recap, review, deep dive into each specific movie so you can get the most out of it. Um, the big thing. that I've been doing over the last couple months is I'm getting ready for my end of the year list, my top 10 movies, top 10 albums, and I have struggled mightily to do the movies for whatever reason. It's like none of these movies are coming on streaming services anymore. So they want me to fucking buy this shit, and it's like fucking $20 a pop, man, for one of these fucking movies. And it's like, bro, bro,
They want their
I'm
money,
just
sir.
I'm a scrub, man. I ain't got the money for this.
That's fair.
But we did go see some new movies, or I saw some new movies, and we went to the theaters here recently. I think it was like December 12th. We went and did a Patreon meetup, and we all saw Godzilla Minus One, which was a fantastic fucking time. Really loved going to the theater and seeing that movie with all of our Patreon supporters. Godzilla Minus One, fucking fantastic movie, guys. You should 100% go see it. It is the first Godzilla movie that I've seen that they actually give a shit about the actual human characters in the movie. And then they kind of supply that with some badass fucking moments from Godzilla. It is probably the perfect Godzilla movie. I don't know if they can make a better one, honestly. When his fucking when he does the atomic breath, build up, bruh,
Hmm.
bruh. I was
I'm a little jealous.
instantaneously fucking diamond status. I forget who was sitting next to me. It was Candace, and then Carmen was sitting next to me on my left. I just leaned over. I'm like, I am so fucking hard right now. This dude fucking doing the atomic breath is so hot.
That's fantastic.
So Godzilla Minus One, highly recommend y'all go see that in theaters. It is definitely a movie to go see in the theaters versus waiting for the DVD release. But I also end up seeing on Crunchyroll the it wasn't a prequel. They're unrelated movies, but the movie that came out before this one, and it was Shin Godzilla, and I was utterly disappointed. A lot of people said that was a good movie, and I found it so fucking boring. It does put a new little spin on the Godzilla series. It kind of explains more so of like how the political side of Japan it just fucking drops the ball in a huge disaster like Godzilla. And it's basically just politicians talking the entire movie. And then they just sprinkle in Godzilla destroying the city. Um, Very fucking
That's dumb.
boring. But the Godzilla scenes are good. Godzilla scenes are good.
It's still
So
dumb and boring.
yeah, it's like they argue. It's just this. It seems like it's the same camera shots over and over again, of them just changing fucking characters in this round table of how to handle Godzilla, and they never do anything. And like I get it, I get it. It shows how stupid and idiotic some of our responses are to disasters. But I don't know if we needed an hour and a half of it. Just saying,
We need more Godzilla.
we need more Godzilla.
It's got
I
Godzilla
also
in the name. Just
watched
saying.
it. Right, right. If I wanted to watch fucking humans in Godzilla, I'd fucking watch humans in Godzillas. But no, I want to watch Godzilla.
Indeed.
I did watch the '98 Godzilla, the one with Matthew Broderick, the one that
Oh,
the American one.
yeah.
Look, look. I used to be in love with that movie as a kid. Fucking loved it. Okay, I'd be willing to die on a hill for that fucking movie. Okay,
Not so much.
not so much. It's not a good movie. It is. It
It's
is
not.
directed by Roland Emmerich, who, to be fair, I despise 99% of his movies. Okay, I think they're trash movies, and he's a trash director for the most part, excluding. I haven't seen Independence Day in a very, very, very long time. Excluding The Patriot, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie is fucking badass.
That movie is pretty fast.
I question whether he actually directed that movie because it's actually a competent movie from beginning to end.
Someone's bitter.
Me, nah. I'm never bitter.
Indeed.
War of the Worlds, the one with Tom Cruise. Decided to check that out. It's been on my watch list for a while to kind of revisit it, and decided to give it a whirl again. And it's a fucking good movie. Fucking good movie. It's a Steven Spielberg movie, so I mean, you kind of know what you're going to get, and it's usually not going to be a bad movie from him. Leave the World Behind, which there is a review up on our YouTube and podcast listening apps. Leave the World Behind is a Netflix original movie. I did that review with Josh. That review is like 50 minutes long. We dive into some of the smaller details of the movie as well. So really great movie. Highly recommend people go check that out. Finally checked out Parasite, which is the Korean. They described it as a horror movie, but I wouldn't describe it as a horror movie. Okay, it's just
Is it based off the anime?
I don't know what the anime is.
It's called Parasite.
No, I meant like I don't know what the fucking anime is about, dick.
Oh, they like aliens come over and take over people's bodies.
No,
No.
no, definitely not. No, no. This one is about it's like these poor people, this poor family in Korea, and one of them takes a job with this very wealthy family, and then like the son goes to like the his sister and be like, "Hey, why don't you pretend you're so and so and get a job with this wealthy family?" Eventually, all of them work under this family, and they're lying about it, and then that's where the parasite aspect comes from it, and it's a really fucking good movie, really good movie. And then the other one that I've seen that I want to mention is Blue Beetle. I finally saw that. Decent movie. Not gonna lie, not gonna be in my top 10 or anything like that, but it's a decent watch. Um, yeah, for sure. It was a fun time. It could have been better, but um, I will say this: I didn't have high expectations for it, so let's just take that with a grain of salt. But what have you been listening to, sir?
Oh, that's short list. Per
Don't worry, I
usual.
got you covered.
That's fair. Been listening to some Sleep Theory. Um, some
I've noticed that
obviously
you
Breaking
are
Benjamin.
you are a huge TikTok band follower. I've noticed that. Not no judgment, no disrespect. I'm just making an observation.
I'm on TikTok a lot. Okay, it just so happens to be there. I enjoy it. I wouldn't consider myself a follower, but if it's there, listening to it, you know, when in Rome, you know what I'm
Again,
saying?
I'm not saying anything bad about being a
Sorry, I feel
listener
attacked.
of bands on TikTok. It's not for
I
once in
thought
my
to strike you.
life, I am not I am not degrading you based off of the fucking music you're listening to. Okay. I'm just saying those bands have made I don't want to say a killing, but they've made a bigger following on TikTok. And I found some bands on TikTok. Fuck you.
But I'm not attacking you. I feel attacked.
Good day, sir.
I'll strike you.
I
I
said
will
good day.
fucking, I will fucking strike you.
Please,
We'll see
daddy.
who's having a good day. But yeah, no, I can't argue that. Um, Bringing Benjamin ready for January for
I'm
their
jealous,
visit.
sir. I'm jealous.
You should be. I had a ticket for you, and you said no.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. One, I wouldn't be able to go anyways. Two, you never told me you had a ticket for me.
I did too. Don't
No,
fucking
the
play
fuck
games
you
with me.
didn't.
Bullshit.
Dude,
Bullshit.
Tabby was sitting there, she's like, we have an extra ticket. And you were like, nah, fam, I got rid of that.
Yeah, because you told me you couldn't go. I told you I had a ticket.
Nah, no, no,
Nah, no, no,
no, no,
not
no,
me,
no, no,
fam.
no.
I thought you instantly when I bought it. Hence why I asked you when I bought it. Let's go. I can't go.
Hmm. Hmm. 'Cause
It sounds
I
like
remember,
it.
sending you the text, bro. Look at this, and you're like,
And
oh,
I
I
already
know.
had the tickets.
I'm already fucking buying the tickets. I'm like, all right, well, fuck you too, bitch.
Hence why I had six.
Oh, I don't know. How much were the tickets, anyways?
For where I sat was $40, I think it was.
Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad for like they don't do acoustic shows very often, so
Right.
that'd be pretty dope. Now the question is, does he sing the entire time?
That is a true
Uh,
question.
I feel like he wouldn't be straining his voice for the entire time. So I feel
Right.
like there's a better chance.
Either way, I know the difference. His voice is sexy. Sorry.
It is. It is.
But yeah.
So, like I mentioned a minute ago, I'm kind of finishing up my top 10 list, and I have my top 10 albums of the year. I'm actually listening to all the albums now. I think I need like four more. I need to listen to four more of the albums and jot my notes down, and then I can finally record the episode for it. But yeah, over the last 2 months, it's basically just me listening to a shit ton of music, trying to prepare myself for this top 10 episode, and some good, some bad for the most part. But I feel like so this would be the third year that I've done a top 10 list for the podcast. I feel like for the first time in the 3 years that we've done the podcast, this is the first year that I've had 10 albums, more than 10 albums for a top 10. Whereas like I think it was like last year, it was like 7 albums, and then like I had to fucking just pick three for the rest of the spots. Year one was pretty good in terms of the quality of music, but yeah, I had probably 12 to 15 albums that were fighting for that top 10. Um, so I fucking love every single album on my top 10. But listening to Invent Animate, uh, also Movements, Orbit Culture, August Burns Red, Periphery, Earn, Veil of Maya, Silent Planet, Sleep Tokens, always fucking on there, Architects, The Killers. I needed a little fucking pick me up one day, so I started listening to The Killers. Now, full disclaimer, not all those bands are in my top 10, and that's not none of those, not saying any of these bands are in my top 10 or anything like that. But yeah, I would um I would recommend going to check out all of those bands if you are not familiar with them. Or you could go to patreon.com/2game, join us at any of those tiers, and you get access to all of our exclusive podcasts for Patreon supporters, which is the Wall of Death podcast, which is where I review albums every single week. And that's also where you can find the top 10 albums episode for 2023. And I'll talk about my top 10, and I'll end up talking about some other albums as well. So go ahead and check that out. What have you been playing there, sir?
Ooh, Fortnite is definitely one of them. This new season came out, and me, Creston, my sons, Buckley, and yeah, I think that's
Hey,
all that plays with us.
when you see Buckley next time, just tell
Mhm.
him he's being a baby back bitch.
What the fuck did he do now?
Dude, he said something. He was like bitching about something. I was like, dude, you are legitimately nothing but a baby back bitch. Dude, he
God
fucking
damn.
turned to me and he said, "Bro, are you fucking serious? That was harsh." I was like, "Fuck you. You're a bitch."
Fuck you.
You have proven my point.
Oh, I said good day.
Dude got so offended by me calling him. I was joking, but he got so offended by me calling him that.
He's such a little baby. He's so young.
He's
And
so young.
but yeah. Yeah, we've been playing Fortnite, playing some Modern Warfare 3 zombies, god damn it. And some DC Universe. I thought about playing some Diablo 4 for season 2, and I got it at like 10 minutes. I was like, and I'm bored. I mean, it's the same game, just added bullshit. It's boring.
So
Um,
it sounds
yeah.
like they're just not keeping up with the game. Like the live service aspect of it is not very lively and
No,
growing.
it's very dumb. Very dumb. Not worth it. Um, my son got a VR for Christmas. Played some Beat
Ooh,
Saber. Huh. That is
you're gonna beat
entertaining to
what?
watch. Beat your saber. But yes, it's very fucking entertaining. Um,
Have
yeah.
you heard about this?
Other than
Speaking of
beating your saber.
VR. You're right. Trust me, I've done a lot of that here recently.
I understand.
No, what was it called? Asgar's Wrath or something like that? Let me see if I can fucking find it. I don't know if it's like a yeah, Asgard's Wrath. I don't know if it's a like meta. Did you get him like a meta VR?
Oh yeah, I got him a Meta Quest too.
Meta Quest 2. So
Mhm.
Asgard's Wrath. 2 is apparently IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, I did see this.
Let
I
me
thought
see.
about getting it, but
Let's see.
unfortunately, it's
I
60
think it
bucks.
says hold on. Hold up. It's free with
And
the purchase of a MetaQuest 3.
I don't have a 3, I have a 2.
Oh, 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 oh.
But
So
yeah.
awaken, Cosmic Guardian, the fate of reality lies in your hands. Travel across vast realms inhabited by the gods in pursuit of the trickster god Loki, who threatens to undo the threads of the universe. It is up to you to battle gods and monsters alike as you take on one of the biggest and most epic scale action RPGs ever experienced in VR. Let's see. You'll fight deadly warriors and awe-inspiring mythical creatures through physics-based, visceral combat with unique weapons and playstyles. Possess unique mortal heroes and convert loyal animals into your own warrior followers as you explore a massive, free roaming and living world and solve mind bending god scale puzzles.
Yeah,
Sounds
my
pretty fucking dope.
sons couldn't do that.
Do what?
My sons probably couldn't do that. You barely find themselves out of a brown paper bag. A
That's
wet
fair.
brown paper bag. Um, yeah, my for those who didn't know, my card got hacked on Christmas, so
Oh, did
they're
it?
stuck with Beat Saber. Oh yeah, it did. So they're stuck with Beat Saber until I can. I mean, there's free games, but they're so dumb. So they're stuck with that until I can get my card back in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Because conveniently, I went to the bank and they were like, "Oh yeah, our card machine's broke." Like fuck you.
What
So
bastards?
yeah, I know some fucking dude tried to steal $40 from me.
You get your card
What a
stolen a
dick.
lot.
Dude, it got three times this year,
What the fuck?
and they were all at the end of the year. Oh
What
yeah,
the fuck?
it's fantastic. So aggravated.
You're not going to the
So
pilot in Hammond, are you?
no, I don't.
Because they
I
be
don't.
there's still a lot of credit cards over there.
I bet they did. No, I'm not.
So yeah, I haven't played much of anything. Like I said, I've played probably about an hour and a half Persona 5 Royal over the past several weeks, and that has been it. I still have Spider-Man that I haven't fucking done anything with. There are several games that I haven't even attempted to play. Like I really wanted to play Resident Evil 4 remake, and I just haven't got around to even trying it. And yeah, it's just been a shitty last 4 or 5 months for me. So Persona 5 Royal was the only thing that I've really kind of taken some time with. But I play that in like 15-minute spurts, honestly. I don't know what's wrong with me, sir. It's like I'm flaccid.
There. Do you need the blue show?
I might need a blue pill, sir.
I just want you to
So
know before we continue. Rebecca said my shit is copacetic, as they
oh
say.
yeah, you are 10-8. You are ready to go.
I'm ready to go, sir.
Yay. Hey, I mean, look, there's a hierarchy of getting approved for this vacation time for Japan. Okay, it's me and you, and then everybody else.
Yeah, that's fine.
If Eric is listening to this, I kicked you down to the bottom, sir. I told Rebecca that you are last but not least. Okay, and
That's
it's
so fucked
mainly
up.
because you're fucking around, and you might find out if you keep fucking around, sir.
Sucks to suck.
It does. And Nick's over there like, yay, I moved up a spot.
I moved up one.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited for Japan. Which I don't know. Have we talked about that on the podcast here recently?
I think we mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah, guys. We're going to Japan this year, and the travel agent is supposed. I would assume is going to get back to me this week. She can start looking at shit now that the Christmas is over with. So prices are still the same, man. For those dates that we have, prices are still the
Mm-hmm.
same.
Mm,
So fucking good.
excited.
So good.
So sound
Um,
like you're flaccid to me.
oh, I'm not flaccid anymore. I am hard as a
Oh,
rock.
indeed.
But yeah, I'm super pumped for that. It's mainly the fucking statues and the fucking retro gaming that I'm gonna bring back.
And the Gundam Factory.
Yes.
Mm.
Like, I really want to bring back a Game Boy, an OG Game Boy.
I, dude, I thought about the same thing. What the fuck is wrong with us?
We're the same, sir.
Indeed.
We know each other's bodies.
I really want, like, I want a Game Boy Color.
Yes.
Or I may get both, like the OG and a color, depending on prices, obviously. Because OG might be a lot of money.
Yeah. Or
But
that
they do
or
have
a
special editions there too.
yes.
They have
Yes.
Gundam ones. I noticed that.
They gotta have Pokemon ones.
They
Got
do have
to.
Pokemon ones. I have to send you the link to this dude on TikTok that goes
Mm.
literally to Japan just to buy systems that they don't have over here. But he went to go buy a GameCube. You know the Red Combat one I sent you with the Legos?
Mm-hmm.
They had that version of a GameCube. So the GameCube was red, had the fucking little symbol on the top of it. It came with a figure and the whole 9 yards.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh yeah, it's fucking sexy. I have to
Get
send it to you.
get that and get a an N64. Or
And then
hell,
you,
get
shit, yeah.
one of the consoles that I've never actually played before. I've played the GameCube. Don't fucking nobody come at me sideways in the fucking comment section or anything like that. I have played the GameCube, but I've never owned a GameCube.
I don't think I have one right now. I
I
have an
just I
64 right now.
never that was I still had my N64 at the time, and I think the uh, PlayStation 2 came around that time, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken. So I had PlayStation 2, and then Xbox 360 wasn't too long after that, and though I went several years without playing any Nintendo games.
Oh no, I got a GameCube, played some fucking Smash. So fucking fun.
Oh, fucking love that game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other than that, man, I played a little bit of Destiny 2 earlier. So Logan, I gave Logan my Xbox. He's got a headset, his own controller. And I was like, dude, you know what game you'd fucking like? You would like Destiny 2. He was like, okay, show me. So first off, found out you cannot do split screen on Destiny 2, which is fucking
Negative.
bullshit. These games should have fucking split screen. Okay. Local co-op should be a fucking requirement in any multiplayer game. I will die on this hill.
Oh,
So I I imported my character from PlayStation to the Xbox and started playing on that guy. Mm. And it took me a while. It took me a little bit to get used to the fucking buttons again. I was like, he's like, what are we doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. Give me a fucking minute to figure this shit out, man. It's been like fucking 4 years since I fucking played this game.
get off me.
Right? And I go back to one of the older levels that was in the base game, and this just I don't know. There's just so much bullshit in this game now. It's like it's kind of daunting to even get back into it. But yeah, after about I don't know 30 minutes of playing it, I was getting back in the feel of things, and it was almost kind of like telling your son like an old war story, kind of.
Right.
You know, Logan, I used to play this back in the day, man, like before you were born, and I mean, I'm not saying I was great or anything like that, but I was pretty good. I won several PvP matchups, and that's fucking life. Okay. And then I just got out of it, and I've just if you don't use it, you lose it, kind of
That's
thing.
fair.
So it was kind of like telling me an old war story. It was kind of fun.
That's entertaining as shit.
But that is legitimately all that I've played in fucking 2-3 months. It.
Makes me sad for you, sir.
I know.
I've read more
Makes me.
manga than you've played video games.
That is true. Have you read those two manga?
So don't fucking play games with me.
I fucking read those fucking first day, bitch.
You're right. I did.
How was it? How was it in comparison to the what guys, for those that don't know what we're talking about, the imminence of Shadow.
Yes. So they're actually different intros. So like when episode one, I don't know if you've watched episode one yet. I just had a stroke. Anyway, episode one yet. Um, but the intro in the manga versus the intro in the in the game. I mean, the game in the anime is two different things. So it's pretty different, and I enjoy it. And I'm going to buy all of them and
Absolutely.
touch myself on doing it.
As long as you videotape it.
Oh, sorry, it's not. It's like a TikTok.
It's like a TikTok.
TikTok for Tic Tac.
It's a 10-second video.
It's not a
It
Vine.
takes you longer to load the bitch than it does to fucking watch it.
That's fair. I wouldn't even play. I don't have to pay royalties because it's so short.
Right? It doesn't even come up as copyright.
Right. God.
All right. So I've seen Blue Beetle here recently. Loki season 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. Um, Aquaman 2 just came out. I have almost no interest in watching that. The
Nope.
Marvels came out whenever it fucking came out, and I've
Nope.
had no interest in watching that. Um, so that got me to thinking, what is going on with comic book movies, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, it was in game. I wouldn't even say in game. No Way Home came out, and
They set a high bar, sir.
I don't even like that was the last like fucking great comic book movie, I think, like just off the top of my head. But in game, you could probably say that was the last hit, you know? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's been sporadic ever since. What the fuck is going on with these comic book movies?
Um, they are limited to what they have and what they can do and what they can't do. That's, I mean, without getting into certain particular things, that's what they can do.
What the fuck did you just even say?
Like I said, I'm not getting political in here. I'm just saying.
Okay. I got what you're saying
It's not getting
now.
political, sir.
I was like, huh? I got it now. I got it. I got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't,
we're
we
not
don't talk
gonna
about
get
that
down
shit on
that
the two
road,
game. We don't talk about that on
sir.
the two game podcast.
Indeed, sir. But yes, they're limited to what they can do and what they can say and what they can and all that other shit. So
I I think a big thing for me is the fact that they're focusing on spectacle rather than characters at this point.
yeah.
And if you go back to some of the earlier Marvel movies and earlier DC movies at that, um, like I'm not going to include like Man of Steel and all the. I think fucking Man of Steel is great. I think Batman versus Superman is fucking great. The director's cut, fucking great. I
Obviously.
think Justice League, the director's cut, is fucking great. Uh,
Snyder cut.
but but the non-director's cut of those versions fucking suck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like just like DC movies in general, we'll talk about the Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 2.
Mm.
There's just they choose spectacle, and I get it. You know, COVID did a lot in terms of like the CGI in those movies not being up to par because they couldn't really work on them, and that really hurt those movies. But I mean, I can look past like shitty CGI if you just make me care for the characters, and like Black
The
Widow.
story was good.
Yeah,
Like
the
make the
story was
story
good.
great.
Like Black Widow, I'll use that as an example. The movie Black Widow. Like I'm not gonna say I was super excited for that movie to come out, but I was interested in it. You know, I was definitely gonna watch it. And like you have good scenes and good characters throughout that entire movie, but then you just have like very shitty CGI. Like the last third of that movie is just a CGI fest, and it's completely fucking miserable to look at. And like I
The
remember even the
mustache all over again.
Taskmaster. What?
It's the mustache all over again. Sorry, that was shitty.
No, the mustache, yes. I'm trying to think if Black Widow's third act was anything close to the CGI mustache from Justice League. I don't know if it compares. But like Taskmaster and Black Widow, dude, Taskmaster is fucking savage. Great villain. Okay, awesome that you're kind of bringing him into this movie and assassin on assassin action here. You know what I'm saying? And then you just fucking squander it throughout the fucking rest of the movie. It's like, what the? You just made the Taskmaster look a little bitch, and I don't know. Didn't agree with that. Aquaman was fun, but I wouldn't sit here and say that it was just a fucking great movie by any means.
No, it wasn't. No, I like it.
Um, The Flash. Have you seen The Flash?
I'd rather not.
You know, The Flash was fun, but a terrible movie. Terrible movie. Like film wise, technically speaking and whatnot, just not a very good movie. But it was fun. Like it was one of those movies that you just go, hey, I'm just not even gonna pay attention to this shit for the day. I'm just gonna pick, turn off the brain a little bit and just let the movie go. And again, CGI fest that entire movie. And I think that's a huge thing where these studios are just banking on CGI, replacing everything. Go back and watch like Jurassic Park. Go back and watch that movie. That movie looks fucking great. Fucking what, almost 30 years later?
Right.
And it's because they use practical effects. You care about the characters that are in that movie. And the moments that there is a little bit of CGI, which I'm trying to think if there's actually any terrible CGI in that film whatsoever.
I
Um,
don't remember.
exactly. And you don't really pay attention to it because you're like, oh, these characters are great. So I'll turn my brain off that for a
I
few.
mean, Jeff Goldblum shirtless.
I mean, I won't say no to
I didn't.
it. So yeah, I mean, you look at some of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, Loki. There was the WandaVision, which was it's like the back half of that season was pretty good. But I mean, I liked that they did something different with the first half. What was that Hawkeye series? I hadn't even fucking watched that.
Oh,
The Star Wars shit. I haven't seen like the back half of
Re-
season 3 of The
Rebel
Mandalorian.
Moon. I heard that was really good.
Oh, you mean on that just released on Netflix?
Jizz.
So I've watched like an hour of it. It's a Zack Snyder movie. It's a Zack Snyder movie. So if you sit there and say, dude, I jerk off to Snack Snyder movies every fucking day, then you are gonna jerk off to this movie.
That's fair.
The problem with Zack Snyder is he focuses so much on spectacle.
Hmm.
The fucking movies look great. He has shots that you're like, dude, that's a fucking dope fucking shot, man. I mean, have you seen the girl, the main actress? She has like a scythe on her back. She's a farmer. I'm like, that's a fucking dope ass shot. He is fucking fantastic at getting awesome shots and creating awesome visuals. The issue is development of characters and the story is Zack Snyder's fucking problem. And it's the same issues with this movie. So if you like, I don't know, jerking off to visuals and that's your thing, fucking 100% watch Rebel Moon. It's not a bad watch
Hmm.
by any means. It's
What if you
entertaining.
do enjoy drinking off? Period. Man.
Well, then absolutely, absolutely. That's a given.
I mean, did you see part two of Justice League trailer?
Huh?
So I don't know if it's real or fake or whatever the fuck it is, but somebody posted uh Justice League part two, the Zack Snyder's part two, and it looks pretty real. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's got all the old characters, even Superman, and they got Green Lantern in it. That's what the big thing was for everybody is Green Lantern was in it.
Well, I think they shot scenes of that. Is Green Lantern in the no, it's
No, Manhunter.
Manhunter's in the director's cut.
Yep,
Green Lantern was supposed to be in it, if I'm
yep.
not mistaken, and they cut him. So that makes sense. But I tell you what, those people are out there. I'm sorry to do this. I know it's the day after Christmas. I hate to fucking crush dreams and ruin people's lives and whatnot. Um, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all right here, okay? I don't know if y'all know this. There will never be a Justice League 2
Oh, I
from Zack
agree.
Snyder. There will never be one.
No, I
The
agree with that, but it was just funny how somebody
I
actually posted something that was perfectly. It was like a perfect trailer. It didn't know little clips of fake shit. It was perfect trailer,
mhm.
which was
do
entertaining.
do some of these people out there can fucking make great fucking trailers. I'm like, is that real?
Right?
Like I can't tell.
Like Superman
This
was
looks
about to fuck up Batman real quick. Like it showed it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is about to be fantastic. Then
I
Batfleck's about to get his butt whipped.
right? I think it's a travesty that we're not going to get the conclusion of that story though.
Right.
Like I
Now we
get
about
it
to
that
get
they
new
kind of
Superman. Ugh.
they tied that movie up in a bow a little bit and teased like a second one, but the fact that we're never going to see Darkseid in that universe and Superman going fucking all injustice on everybody and whatnot
Yep. Hmm.
is a travesty. And then also the Joker, Jared Leto's redemption as a
Oh my god,
Joker
yes.
was fucking great. Like,
Mhm.
guys, let's don't come at me in the comic section, okay? Old damaged bro from fucking Suicide Squad, fucking terrible, okay? Let's fucking just put the put the cards on the table and just be truthful here. He was not good in Suicide Squad. Terrible Joker.
Horrible.
But when he came back for Zack Snyder's Justice League, bro, that shit was like, let's fucking do it. Let's go.
I was ready. I was really ready.
Like you want to talk like I'm curious. Is there a better redemption role out there than what Jared Leto went from that role to this role?
The guy who played Jar Jar Binks.
How you figure?
He was Jar Jar Binks. Like
Who?
anything is better than Redemption.
No, I meant like you go from one movie to another. You're the same character, but you just
Oh no,
infinitely improve.
no, no, no.
Anakin
The dude who
Skywalker,
played.
Hayden
Oh
Christensen,
yeah, the guy who played that. Yes, yeah. Hayden Christensen. Yes,
he
yeah.
got so much fucking shit for
Oh
the
yeah, he
uh
did.
the uh prequel trilogy, and then he comes back for Obi-Wan, which was a fucking great show, by the way.
Indeed.
Um, he was fantastic in that fucking series. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And now fans love him. Like, look, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that his acting was the best in those three movies or those two movies, excuse me. But I won't sit here and say that he was bad by any means. Like, I can look past some of the bad acting and whatnot.
He was definitely committed to the lightsaber scenes, and it was
He was.
fantastic.
And Nick can go fuck himself
Yeah, go fuck
about
yourself, Nick.
Revenge of the Sith. Go fuck yourself, sir.
Really
Right
well.
out the door and fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But he was not anything wrong with those movies for sure. So like if you didn't like him at those first two in those movie 2 and 3, then I don't want you to fucking come in here on the bandwagon and be like, oh, I fucking love Caden. Nah, bitch. You should have been with us all these last 20 years fucking loving him. Okay? Go fuck yourself.
Indeed, indeed, a lot.
So moving forward, because Aquaman just came out, right? I have no interest
Mm-hmm.
in seeing that. I mean, I'll
Nope.
eventually see it when it comes out on like DVD or some shit, and I'll watch it then. But in terms of like watching it for like my end of the year top 10 list, I'm not fucking not gonna waste my time in theaters fucking
Nope.
watching that. So the DCEU, which is like the Zack Snyder's DC, is fucking done. This is the last fucking movie that is a part of that universe. And now moving forward, it's James Gunn. I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of the DC. I do know that uh, the Batman with Robert Pattinson is his own separate universe. They're going to make that Elseworlds and whatnot, which I think he could fit in a DC 100%, and I'd be down with that. But I'm not opposed to him being in an Elseworlds by himself by any means. And then we also have the new Joker series, this musical. I have to see a trailer before I can make like a decision on whether I want to watch this movie or not. They said musical, and I'm like, this might be a hard pass. But it's Joaquin Phoenix, and he was fantastic as a Joker, so I got to give it
It
a shot,
was.
right?
I mean, I would have to, but just once. That's what she said.
Shout out. So
Huge shout
as
out.
the main reason why I wanted to have this talk, sir, is have you seen any of the Kang stuff? Jonathan Majors.
I watched some little clips of his stuff, and I read that he got fired or let
Yeah,
go, or
so
whatever the fuck it is.
he is officially let go by Disney. So he
Hmm.
is no longer Kang,
Hmm.
which they have been setting up for. I mean, Loki season one, season two, Ant-Man and Quantumania, whatever the fuck that stupid ass fucking movie was this year. Um, Kang's been in all those properties. Okay, they've kind of sprinkled him in just like they did with the OG with Thanos with the OG Avengers and whatnot. So now that he is not going to be a part of the MCU, there bids the question, and I want to get your opinion on it. Should they recast Jonathan Majors or maybe put a stop to this storyline and then have like a branching storyline? Like okay, Kang is here, but that seems like a future problem. But now there's this big bad that comes in between the fight with Kang, and maybe we just separate ourselves from Kang for a little bit and give that some time to breathe. So what's your thoughts? Should they just go a different direction, or should they keep with old Kangi?
Um, I think they could roll with Kang re casting, because they can go like he's a variant of Kang that kind of like mentally went unstable more than normal, and they could roll with that and just continue with their little down the line shit. Um, I mean, look at the variants of Loki. I mean, season one. I mean, we had Crocodile, Kid, and all that other shit. So it's not unheard of. I mean, that's pretty much I think what I would go. You put too much groundwork with Kang to just drop it. Um, you could probably say Kang brought a big bad dude to do all that. Um, I don't know who they would bring.
Let's see. I'm
To
gonna
be
go through
honest,
these
maybe
actors.
Lobo.
Here's a top 10 list for people to replace him. They got John Boyega, who was uh Poe Finn and the
Oh,
in the Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
sequels. Um, he has come out and said absolutely fucking not. So he's out. Will Smith, eh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to
He's gonna walk around slapping people.
it. Ah,
Keep that name out your mouth.
right. They have this actor. Look, I'm not even gonna try to fucking pronounce his name because I'm gonna fucking get it wrong. If you have seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it is the main, the high evolutionary guy. They're thinking about possibly him being the role of Kang. John David Washington, that would be a fucking good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know who that is. That is the great Denzel Washington's son.
Oh,
He was in Ballers and he was in Tenet, the creator. Yeah.
I love that.
Uh what about what about Black Manta from Aquaman? That guy. He'd be a pretty solid choice.
I'd like that.
Lakeith Stanfield, Straight Outta Compton, Get Out, Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm not familiar with his work, honestly. So I don't have an opinion on him. Jeffrey Wright. I mean, as far as like an older one, that'd be a solid choice.
I mean, then you have to do with
Caleb,
what's his face,
do what?
Iris Alba or whatever.
Ooh, well, maybe he's on this list. We haven't got to that yet.
Jumping the gun.
It wouldn't surprise me. Okay.
I mean, it's
Caleb
fair.
McLaughlin, who was the black kid from Stranger Things. Solid fucking choice, I think.
I like that.
Reg Jean Page. He was in Dungeons and Dragons. He was
Oh, yeah.
the black guy in that movie.
Yep.
Solid choice. And then they're just flipping we'll keep this part short. But the chick that plays Renslayer in Loki season 1 and season 2, they're just talking about making her Kang altogether. And I don't think that's really that great of an idea. And it's not because she's a woman. We're not gonna fucking dive into that, okay? I think you just the seeds just aren't there for her to be Kang the Conqueror, I think. But yeah, I think a lot of those are solid choices to replace Kang for sure. Personally for me, I think you just recast him. I mean, uh you recasted War Machine with one movie. You did that fucking easily. There was another movie, wasn't there? Oh, the Hulk. You recasted him. So I mean, you've done this before. Just recast it, man. Like it's like you said, it's the multiverse. There's different versions out there. There's no reason why we just have to ditch this fucking story as shitty as it is at this point. Just fucking finish it out and let's move on to Doctor Doom. Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Hmm. That makes me happy.
Which I'm oddly curious because they've been talking about bringing Doctor Doom in a little bit earlier, and I say tease him in like a Fantastic Four movie. Don't bring him in completely, but set him up for a future movie. I think that's the way to do it.
But how do you
Bring
have a
his character
Fantastic
there.
Four movie without Doctor Doom?
No.
Just
You
saying.
have his character there.
Okay. Okay.
Like he's not just Doctor Doom automatically. Like he becomes Doctor Doom. Like have his you know before he becomes Doctor Doom, have that there, and then tease like him becoming a villain like at the end of the movie or something like that.
Hmm.
What about that?
Hmm. I like it.
Because look, here's the thing. Have you watched the Fantastic Four movies
Yes.
recently?
Wouldn't say recently, but I have a pretty good memory on how shitty they were.
Sorry, sorry. I will not allow any Fantastic Four slander on this podcast.
Sir, the first one was decent. The second one was mediocre at best. And then we're
No.
not going to
Okay,
talk about the other one.
okay. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. The first two were terrible, okay, but they're fucking great. Okay, fuck you. They are
No.
great bad movies.
And then
And
the fucking remake was even worse.
uh, yeah. I don't. I can't disagree with that one.
So you can eat my ass and shut the fuck up.
Well, to be fair,
To be fair.
the first half of that remake was fucking solid. Okay, like it was decent, and then it got to like the last half of the movie, and you're like, "Am I watching the same fucking movie?" Like it was fucking,
Yeah, it was
it
bad.
was like solid, and then it just went off to the fucking deep end, and it
Like this
was
dude needed special
atrocious.
things just to use his powers. So dumb.
Yes, like the fucking last half of that movie was fucking terrible. Uh,
Yeah.
but the first two movies, they're a lot of fun. Okay, I watched them. Was it earlier this year or maybe last year? Had a lot of fun with them. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. Jessica Alba was just so horribly, like overly cosmetically done to contacts, to the makeup, to the hair.
Yeah,
Like her cosmetics were fucking horrible.
I would agree. But I mean, you gotta think that was back in fucking what 2003.
Yeah, I'm still.
I
But
say that, but
What changed from the first movie to the second one?
X Men did it better in the same time period. So,
I mean, just say it.
but no, I think one of the issues And I'm not saying this is the only issue because there's lots of issues wrong with those movies. Okay. The issue with the with Doctor Doom is such a huge character. He's such a uh huge character in that entire universe that I feel like they would have to go the Thanos route with him. Like you can't just do
I
like
don't know.
you can't just do a regular team up like a regular Fantastic Four movie and that's all you get of Doctor Doom. Like I feel like he deserves multiple movies of building him up and then getting a Thanos like movie like Infinity War with him.
See, my thought with that is Thanos was already strong and a fucking huge menace before he got the gauntlet and the stones. I mean, as the stones, he acquired, made him even more of a pinnacle boss, I guess you would say. Doctor Doom was just fucking mentally unstable, and he didn't get really, really bad until he got his powers.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like he needs like six movies to fucking tease this shit. I'm talking like one movie where you kind of explore that character, like in a Fantastic Four movie. Maybe he's not necessarily the main villain, where like throw a different villain in there, and he's just kind of in the background as like a secondary villain, so to speak.
Right.
And like they know things are not going right with him. Like, hey, like has anybody checked on him? Because he's kind of fucked up, guys. And
I mean, he
then
could
like
be like a pinnacle point of Dr. Richards's stuff, funding his shit. Like he'd be a majority like background character.
exactly. And then in like a second movie, that's when they go, "Oh fuck.
A lot of bad
Hey
things are
Doctor Doom."
happening, but he's sitting right here. Quink dink. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying like three, four movies or anything like that. I'm just saying like set him up in the first movie and then
Oh
use
yeah.
him for the second movie to where you're not having to explain his origin and
Right.
also utilize him effectively in one
Mm-hmm.
movie.
See, like my the way I would do it is have him as the background character in the first one. They get their powers. He's conveniently there. Um, and he just conveniently sets up bad things, and they finally realize it in what halfway in movie two.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh fuck. He's been him all
he's been pulling
along.
he's been pulling strings. Oh no,
Well, I'm down with that. Yeah, that's basically kind of what I'm saying.
because he could set up the bad guy in the first one and hired him and all that because he's got all that moolah cha cha.
He,
You know what I'm saying?
he's rich.
He is, and he's a menace.
And yeah, I mean, that's what I would do with the Fantastic Four. I still stand by the fact that they have dropped the fucking ball. The MCU has, and Disney and Marvel has dropped the fucking ball on implementing X-Men into this universe
Right.
and Venom into this universe. I
Ooh,
think they have done a
ooh.
shitty fucking job.
I agree. I agree.
I'm telling you, I had the perfect fucking story, the fucking perfect way to incorporate those characters into this universe. Okay. I believe I've told you this before, but I'm gonna say it on the
You have.
podcast. Okay. I want everybody to hear the story because I know Kevin Feige. I know you're listening to
He's
this.
listening. I know
Okay.
he is.
I know you're listening to this and you're writing down notes about how you can fucking fix everything because let me tell you, you need to fix shit. Okay. Here's how you fucking fix shit. Okay. You should have had Venom come back with Spider-Man when he was in space.
Yeah.
You had the fucking perfect opportunity. He was on a
Mm-hmm.
rock in space. Venom is from space. So you fucking bring him over. Just like that. Would have been fucking
Mm-hmm.
easy. Okay. The other thing is to incorporate X-Men into said MCU is you just snapped half of reality out of existence and then you brought them back. You
Mm-hmm.
can easily say that fucked up with people's genetics and whatnot to the point where they're now mutants, and that's how you incorporate the mutants into the MCU. I think that is the best way. Not
Mhm.
this whole oh no, there's been mutants here all along. Nah, fuck that. Nah. Give me a reason. And this is the perfect reason.
I mean, I agree. I'm not gonna say no to that at
Hmm.
all.
Yeah, guys, y'all let us know in the comments below of what you think needs to happen for the MCU to get better, or comic books and movies in general. It's not just the MCU; it's DC too. DC sucks,
I mean,
but
they only lost 192 billion. I think it is. Yeah.
that sounds like a lot of money.
So that's a
That's
disgusting lot of money. Sounds like they need to
it,
change something.
it's got
They
to be
need to come
million
to
because
us and we can make
billion
stores.
is billions is a little excessive.
Slightly.
But yeah, man, I mean, you guys take a step back, and I don't think there's any DC movies coming out in 2024. I think they're taking a year break, which is fucking needed, I think. Um, and I think they just need to do something to make this shit better. And like I said, it's not just the DC, so I don't need Marvel fans saying, "Oh, I'm a DC fucking dick rider." I'm not. DC sucks. MCU sucks. They all suck. Okay, so we all need to fix shit in order to get better movies. Um,
I agree.
Quantity is not always better. Okay. Quality over
Right.
quantity. I would rather have one or two movies a year
Hmm.
from
Hmm.
both. Like one DC movie, one Marvel movie a year. And I think that'd be fine.
I agree.
Weekly recommendation, sir. What do you recommend to the fine people out there?
Well, about that. Oh,
He wasn't ready.
no, I was not. I totally forgot about it.
Um,
Um,
I'll go
yeah.
while you do that.
All right.
I'm gonna recommend Godzilla -1. I think it was one of the more fun experiences that I've had in theaters of recent memory, and I think it is definitely. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've seen every Godzilla movie because I fucking haven't. Okay, but I do know out of Godzilla, God of the Monster or King of the Monsters, whatever the fuck it was, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla 98, Shin Godzilla. This is the perfect version of Godzilla. And if you want action, you want Godzilla destroying shit, but you also want some character development and you want to get hit in the feels a little bit, 100% Godzilla -1. It takes it back to World War II and how Japan is already destroyed pretty much by war. So Godzilla -1. Highly recommend go check it out. It is subbed, which is the way that I would recommend watching it. And it's coming from a guy that loves dubbed.
That's fair. I like it. So I really recommend Eden Zero. It's on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu too. It might be on Crunchyroll too. I've been watching it on Netflix. It is the same guy who did Fairy Tale.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Pretty much same fuck characters. I mean, I'm when you look at the characters, they're fucking same characters, just different story. Um,
Chris Norman's out there with a fucking heart on now that you said that.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's literally like Happy is there. He is named Happy, but he's a robot. He is not a real kitty. And Chris Norman's probably like he's not a cat. He's some fucking alternate universe fucking person. Yeah, can't even think of the name of it right now. Anyway, Chris, go fuck
Happy.
yourself.
Chris Norman.
But yeah, same characters. Lucy is in it. I don't think her name's Lucy. I think it might be Lucy, which is the sad part. Um, a lot of the same characters are in it. They just implemented through the end. I think Urza's character is the one of the evil people that are wandering around. But basically the main character is um raised by robots, which is really weird to say out loud because that's kind of creepy. But he goes on an adventure to find the fabled space goddess and his mother. Simple. Um, they have a lot of like social media things into it, like kind of like not TikTok, but more so YouTube. You have these. She's like Lucy's supposed to be like a little social media, whatever crap, and she's very like at the bottom of the totem pole there. She's trying to get at. So she kind of records this adventure, and this dude has like superpowers, and it's pretty fun, cool. But I've been reading the manga. I think I have the first five, but I also have the watch the anime. So there's
Fair
that.
enough. But yeah, guys, you let us know in the comments below if you have seen Godzilla minus one or Eden Zero with their Christian. Also, while you are here, if you would like this video, subscribe to us on YouTube, please. Okay. It would greatly help us out if you subscribe. Like it, share it. There's also links down below to our Patreon. That is where you can help us every single month with a subscription. Greatly appreciate it if you supported us there. Um, I'm actually meeting. This sounds like I'm a big ass fucking employer or some shit like that when I say this, but it's not necessarily like that. And Christian, side note. Okay, side note. You sent me a message asking about the thumbs up shit. Um,
Now there's balloons.
every single video, the thumbs up happens or a thumbs down happens, and then the fucking balloons happen. And I don't fucking know why it does it.
I don't know either.
It just randomly does it. Like I could
It's
say
creepy.
thumbs up and nothing ever fucking happens. So it randomly
Balloons.
does it.
It's weird.
It's some form of slut magic.
I like it.
But yeah, when I say this, it's going to sound like we're some big fucking podcast or some shit like that. So when I don't, I'm exaggerating a little bit when I say this. I'm going to be talking to our board of directors
Oh.
in the next week or so, and that is just people that are a part of the $30 tier on our Patreon. Shout out to y'all for supporting us there. Thank you so much. And we're gonna be talking about kind of the future of the two game podcast, and I don't mean that in terms of we're going away or anything like that, because that's not what that means. Just to get better engagement, better get ourselves out there more so, and kind of have a bigger reach, as they say. Shout out.
Oh.
So yeah, bigger and better things will be happening in the near future. So please, if you could spare some change, patreon.com/2game. There's also links down below to our merch. Go grab you a hoodie, go grab you a tank top, whatever the fuck you want. It's right there. It comes right back to us, so we greatly appreciate that. And then there's also links to our social media accounts as well. So go like, follow, subscribe, do all that bullshit. Okay. So guys, that is going to be it from us.
All that bullshit.
But yeah, sir, it was great talking to you.
Always.
Always. All right, guys, we will catch y'all next time on another episode. Laters.
Latest.